Yeah, so I mean on the inventory, I've looked at some videos on YouTube and kind of stole the way they've done theirs because I mean I play in a window, so I don't have a huge monitor. It's only a 19-inch one, so that means I'm playing in the resolution in a window of 1024 by 768, which kind of limits the screen space I have. What you do is, you can, when you right click, it kind of enables the interface mode where you get your cursor and then you can select stuff. And when you right click again, it goes into your first person or whatever view. So what you do is, you can sticky and unsticky elements. So for example, I have the chat system, which is, to be fair, that's the one system that does, I think, need changing. It's quite clunky and you can't make the fonts smaller or whatever so you can fit more in smaller boxes, which is quite irritating. But basically, if you sticky and if you unsticky the boxes, they'll only show up when you go into interface mode. So here, when I right click, I've still got my minimap, which is important. I've still got my health and whatnot, and my little indicator which shows what I'm looking at. But if I ever want to chat, which you don't really do in combat unless you're on Ventrilo or whatever, then just simply right click and then chat away. It's a pretty decent system, really. I mean, it works quite well. It just takes a bit of getting used to. Just like a lot of the aspects of the game, it's quite different to what a lot of MMO players will be used to. Yeah. The servers will be going down in a couple of minutes, so I'll have to stop soon, but I'll keep playing until then. So right now I'm just going to head back and drop off a quest that I've just been doing. I've got 33 minutes to do it in, so I really want to get it handed in before the downtime, otherwise that'll screw me over quite a bit there. Big deal. And the major aspect of Darkfall is the PvP, but there is PvE stuff like I'm doing now. The quests, they're pretty bog standard so far. It's been like go there, kill that, and collect whatnot. But you know, it's all fun. It gets you leveling up your skills. If you have a look at the map here, whilst I'm just in this one little area here. If you zoom out, then you can see the world is pretty big. You know, there's a lot of stuff that they've added on there. See, as anyone who's done any research on the game will know, the expansion just came out, Conquer the Seas, which adds a lot of sea-based gameplay, which sounds really, really cool. There's like a kraken, which is a big sea octopus that is basically just roaming the seas, and at any point you can just come across it, and it'll totally tear your ship apart. I've seen a video of fighting it, and it looks pretty brutal. Yeah, and they've added like sea villages and stuff because the game does have siege elements and player housing and stuff like that, where clans are able to own cities and villages, which is really, really cool. Yeah, I mean, like I say, all the skills are skill based on how you use it. So, like the more you use, I don't know, say mana whilst armored, like just there popped up, that you get better at sprinting as you use it. So it's the same with everything in the game. I honestly don't know how long it takes to become PvP fit as such, but yeah, it's. I imagine it'll take quite a fair amount of time. Good idea is to get into a guild when you first start the game. Now I've joined the new guild, which are on both the US and the EU servers. I'm personally playing on the EU server, but there's just a guild which is set up to help out new players, provide assistance with any questions you have. Quite a few guilds in the game are actually neutral, or positive, to the new clan, so they won't attack you. Whereas others may come and attack you. I mean, there are some obviously dicks in there who will go out of their way to kill guys from new just to be irritating, but overall, I mean, so far I haven't had any problems yet. It does seem that the less friendly races as such, like the wolf guys and then the dark elf type ones, I forget the names of them, will generally attract to more PvP ganking style of play from players. Yeah, so I'll just hand in this quest. Quest completed. That's how exciting. So, One thing to know is that, as you can see, I mean, Darkfall definitely isn't one of the most polished polished MMOs out there. It is a bit rough around the edges. You know, don't go into it expecting like a World of Warcraft style of polish. It's definitely not like that. I mean, it's by an indie developer, so it's to be expected. But so, from what I've seen of the initial game, they've definitely done a fantastic job of really sorting out some of the bugs. I mean, major bugs. I personally haven't. I don't even think I've come across a bug yet. But yeah, so don't go into expecting like a really pretty polished game, because it's definitely one which just seems to be growing and growing as they go along. The developers of Venturing are really listening to the players now. Initially, when the game started off, quite a few people were calling it vaporware and whatnot because it just didn't seem like it'd ever be released, and the developers were quite quiet on it. Whereas now they've really turned that around. I mean, leading up to the expansion, they were having spotlights daily saying what was going on, what was new features that were going to come to get people excited for the game, which is really cool. Right now, one of the things they added as well, I've just spotted, is wildlife in the world. See that fox there? These let players hunt them, basically. They're just at random. Players can hunt them and skin them. They do have a chance of dropping epic loot, apparently it says in the patch notes. Now what that means is I don't know. Looks like nothing interesting in any of the random animals yet. If you click skinning dagger, get out your skinning, look at the grave, and just click on it. And this applies with all the gathering in the game. You basically just you get what you need. So, like to chop down trees, you need a wood axe. So you equip your wood axe, head on over to the tree, and then you'll see a little icon pop up on your crosshair, which means you can mine. And then you just simply click on it. And you can leave it like this for a while. I mean, there is restrictions on how long you can use one specific node for. But what's quite cool is, I mean, I've done it quite a lot, is just simply AFK kind of mine stuff. I mean, it is risky in more open areas where you can get PvP'd, but if you just leave it going, you'll be gathering stuff, it'll automatically pop it into your inventory. And yeah, and then you can just like browse the internet and whatnot with it in the background. I think it's quite a relaxing way to play. I mean, I always like playing MMOs where you don't have to focus full on attention on them at all times. So here's banks. These are located around most of the world. Here we go. You get bags as well, add other backpacks rather than just your single one. So then, like, you'd want to pop over all your money, pop over like logs and whatnot. Anything you don't need, just you want a bank, because if you do get killed, you really don't want the risk of losing stuff that's important to you that you don't need on you at the time. So you can drag across bags as well, so I could plop that bag in there, bring it back. And banks can be accessed from anywhere, so you have one bank. Wherever you go and see a bank, it'll be your same contents. Right, now I think the servers will be going down in a minute, so I'm probably going to have to say bye to everyone here. And I'll be doing another one of these videos shortly. Again, don't expect any professional PvP tips or whatnot. I'm simply just showing you guys the game as I play it, pretty much. New things that I'll see for the first time. Hopefully it'll be shown to some of you guys for the first time as well. It's really videos aimed at guys who are maybe interested in Darkfall but don't really know what to expect from it, or I mean how it plays and everything. Just to introduce you guys to the game. So yeah, thanks for watching, and make sure you click on the link to the right of the video, which is one of my purchasing links, and it gives me, like, I think it's 10-20% back from your purchase. Same price for you and everything, just I get I get a benefit for forwarding you guys to the game. So if you are thinking of buying the game, please do use that. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon.